It's the number one question that everybody has as a real estate agent. How do you grow your business? How do you get more leads? There's lots of different ways to grow a real estate business, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Facebook ads and how to make a Facebook ads and ads versus boosting. I'm even going to go through the entire process, build a quick ad on Canva, and we're going to throw it up there and see if we can get any clients with it. All right, first we're going to be talking about boosting a listing before we get into Facebook ads. So a boost is a lot similar to an ad. It's just a very easy, like less specific, very generic way to quickly get some paid advertising and get some extra eyes in front of your post. You can even boost just a regular Facebook post that you make, but the boosting that I'm talking about is in Marketplace. And in my opinion, every single listing that you get, you should be putting that listing into Facebook Marketplace, and then we're going to be boosting it. So I'm going to show you exactly how that works. I'm in my Facebook Marketplace right now. This is an active listing that I have, and we're just going to go over here. And I've already boosted it once, so I'm going to do boost again. When I do mine, I like to, I don't know why, I like to come down and select a custom budget and duration. So I'll do custom budget duration. And then days, we'll do 3 days. Sometimes I do between 3 and 5 days. Like if I get a new listing, I'll put it up for 5 days starting on the first day that listing goes active. So we'll do 3 days for this one, and we're just going to do $10 a day. So as you can see, this boosted ad is going to get between 1.3 thousand and between 3.5 thousand extra eyes per day just for $10 extra a day over 3 days. So once we set our days and our budget amount, our daily budget amount, then you just go down here, click promote now, and boom, just like that, we're done. That's boosted. So now we're going to get in, we're actually going to build a Facebook ad. First thing you want to do is you want to go over to Facebook. You go to your Facebook profile and you go over on the left, there's a little drop down menu. You're going to click on Ads Manager. So you're going to go over to the Ads Manager, and you're going to get on this screen. So there's going to be account overview. It's going to look like this, your dashboard. I haven't ran any ads in a little bit, but what you want to do is go down to the campaign section. So click on campaigns. These are all your ad campaigns. Now you can run an ad set on Facebook for just about everything. I've ran ads on videos. I've boosted just random posts. The real big popular method to target sellers is sending out some sort of home valuation tool, like see what your home's worth, and send out an ad and then links to your website where they can put in all their information, get a home valuation. I have ran that specific kind of ad just a couple different ways a few times. I've actually had zero success running an ad like that. And I know it works for some people, but I think it's very saturated. And I think that today's consumers are just getting a little bit more keen to, like, they don't want to give up their email address, and they don't want to, they're less likely to click on things. So you really got to do everything you can to make sure your ad doesn't look scammy, because people will mentally turn you away very, very quickly. I remember there was one ad set that I did where it was funneling people to a landing page where they would put in their information, and they would get a home valuation. And I actually had 900 clicks on that listing, or on that ad. So I had 900 people go to that ad, but it prompted you for an email address. It wanted your email address before you move to the next step to get your home valuation. And I had zero conversion getting from the step of getting to that website to people putting in their email address. It was 900 to 0. So I actually really learned a lot on that particular ad set, because I learned something that clearly didn't work. This screen can be a little confusing and a little bit intimidating if this is the first time that you're ever looking at this. So I'll try to break it down pretty simply and slowly. You can just follow along with me, and we can do it together, okay? When you're looking at the screen, you'll see there's 3 tabs. There's one campaign, one ad set, and then over on the ads. For simplicity's sake, and just for simplicity of you getting started, just think that to make one single ad for this ad that we're going to make, there's going to be one campaign, one ad set, and one ad. So there's the top folder of the campaigns. There's different ad sets in that campaign. In those ad sets, there's individual ads. So let's keep it real. We're just going to keep it really, really basic today, so I can show you the foundation. Just as long as you know there's going to be one There's going to be one campaign, ad set, and ad each for every ad set that we're running today. Later on down the road, once you get more proficient, you can do different split tests and A/B tests and run all sorts of different variations in the text and the pictures and all that, and compare everything and optimize. But we're just going to keep it simple today. So we're going to do create. First thing you're going to be doing is picking your campaign objective. Okay, so we have show your ads to the people who are most likely to remember them. This is just about reach and brand and views. Like this one's for engagement, is driving likes, comments, shares, things like that. If your goal is to drive people to your website or there's leads, trying to get people to fill out your lead form, it just depends on what you want to do. Today's ad, I'm just going to make a very simple ad that is based off the same mentality of a bunch of letters that I sent out. I used to be really big into sending out mailers. The letters were so simple. They just said, if you're thinking about selling your house, call me. Literally, that was it. And it worked. So we're just going to try that. We're just going to try the digital version of those very basic letters and see what happens. So for this one, we're just going to go with awareness. And we're going to continue. All right, now, remember when I was talking about there's the campaigns, the sets, and the ads? Now you have those 3 levels right here, the campaign, the ad sets, and the ads. Okay, so we're just going to fill out the campaign, and then we're going to move down to the ad set, and then we're going to fill out the ad. Campaign name, we are going to do, I'm going to call this one digital mailer, because we're basically just doing a digital copy of what I was doing with the letters. Special ad category. We are going to have to do housing because this is real estate related. There are special rules and regulations around specific different types of special ad categories. Depending on the type of ad that you have, you will be able to target different groups of people, but because this is a special category of ad like housing, we're not able to narrow it down to certain groups of people because that could be considered discrimination. So we're just going to do housing. If you don't do that now, your ad will likely get flagged later and you'll have to fix it. So United States, we're not going to do an A/B test quite yet. Maybe we're not going to do an A/B test quite yet. If there's enough people interested, let me know down in the comments. Maybe we can do a quick A/B test and just throw 2 different ads out there and see what drives the most engagement. Under your audience section, and we're in the ad set still, this section about picking your locations, this is really important because our specific ad, we're trying to contact home sellers in our area. So we're going to pick people who have lived or recently lived, and we're going to go down. We're going to pick a couple cities in my area. So we're going to add Freeport, Florida, plus 15. And then we're also going to do Niceville, Florida. So we picked a couple cities in our area and we got some nice big coverage. And even has the estimated population size, about 270,000 people. If you're running an ad like the one I'm doing today, it's really important that you actually pick your location so that you're not just sending it to everyone. Okay, and that's all we have for the campaign screen. So I'm just going to click next. And we're going to drop down. New awareness ad set. I'm just going to do the digital mailer again here. This is so that I don't get it confused with anything else. For this ad, we are just going to do maximize the reach. We're just going to get it to as many people as possible. There's another option here for maximize ad recall lift. Try to show you ads to people who are more likely to remember seeing them. I don't exactly know how they figured that out. Today we're just going to do maximize reach, and then you have to actually pick which page the ad is coming from. So I'm doing my business Facebook page. Okay, we got that set. Now we're going to go on here. Our daily budget. We are going to run this one. Let's do $7. And you can see down here how many accounts are going to reach per day. So it's going to be different for your particular budget. We're just doing a test here. So I want to see how this works out. So we're going to do daily budget. For the start date, you should put a day in the future. Like I wouldn't put today because there's going to be a little bit of time where it takes for that ad to get approved. And I've found that sometimes if you start an ad like right now, then, like the next day the ad is approved and just something kind of glitches out and it doesn't always start. Maybe that's because I'm doing something wrong, but just that's what I've ran into. So I would do the next day. I'm going to start it. So start it tomorrow, and we'll do, 1:15 is fine. And we're going to set an end date. Let's see. Let's do a week. We'll see what happens. So starting on the 12th, and we'll just run it to the 18th. So we got it running for 7 days. This is the audience section, and this is where I was talking about, because of the special ad category not being able to really target down to specific individuals that well. If you're running a different kind of ad, you can really get down there, ages, men, women. You can even type in things that they search for. Because of the special ad category, we're very much restricted on who we can target with this. Now, I've heard from people who run a ton of Facebook ads that the Advantage Plus isn't really worth it and that you should just do the manual placements. And this is basically just going to let you pick what type of feeds that your ad shows up in. So we're going to do manual placements and platforms. We're going to have Facebook, Instagram, and then you also want to get into stories and reels. So that is selecting where exactly our ad is going to show up on people's phones. Okay, so now that's done, and again, we're still on the ad set. Now we're going to actually move into the ad part, the nuts and bolts of what we're actually going to put in front of people's face. So next, see, we're going down to the next tab, which is the actual ad, and we're going to still rename this one Digital Mailer. Okay, we have our pages selected that the ads are going to be coming from. We're going to do single image or video. We're just going to make one picture on Canva, and we're just going to see what happens. I don't want to do anything too crazy. We're not going to do anything complicated. We're just getting started on this video. So now we are ready to get our picture uploaded that we're going to be using for our ad. So I'm going to jump over to Canva, and I'm actually going to take, this is the design that I used for my for sale signs, and I'm actually going to copy all that, put that on a blank. And for these ads, the picture, it's got to be in a 1:1. If it's not a 1:1 aspect ratio, it's going to crop it later. So we're going to do 1:1, and I'm going to throw all the elements from my sign into there and make some small changes. All right, that is it. We're just going to do something real basic like that. Just going to see what happens. So get that downloaded, go back over to the ads manager, and do edit media. We're just going to upload. We got our ad uploaded, so we're going to press next. Select original for both of those, click done. Okay, now we got that in there. You can click over here to get a little preview as to how your ad is going to show up on all the different platforms. I mean, you still need to change the text a little bit, but we are almost done. I need to change this text. Okay. Just got something real basic in there. And I think we are good. That's just about all I want to do with it. And we are just going to let her rip, tater chip. Just going to send it. All right, now I'm going to click back over to my campaigns. And we're going to click on the campaigns tab. Let's see if it shows up yet. Okay, so it's scheduled. It's probably in review still. But we'll be able to get all the data on that and analyze that later. And that's it. You're running Facebook ads. I'll check back in once this ad campaign is done and we can go through the data and see if anything came of it. If you have any questions, make sure you throw them down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.